I hope you don't have any plans for July because the 2025 Tour de France is going to be a good one. And we just got a little taste, an aperitif of that today in stage 1 of the 2025 Critérium du Dauphiné. It's live for all of our viewers in Canada. Same for the Tour de France this July, starting July 5th in Lille. Today, I'm standing here in Montluçon, finish of stage 1, 195 kilometers, and bam, on day 1, bam, a winner, and the winner is none other than world champion Tadej Pogačar from Zurich, Switzerland. Champion there, the Slovenian comes here and demolishes the field. But he did so with some helpers today, and the helpers included the big three of this race, the GC riders, Remco Evenepoel and Jonas Vingegaard right there with him. Also Mathieu van der Poel, also Santiago Buitrago from Bahrain Victorious. Now here's what's happened. We had 3 climbs up the Côte de Buffon, and we got a taste of it on the second last climb of what could possibly happen. We had 2 men up the road, French riders from Arkea and Cofidis, but those riders would get swept up and only leaving an Arkea rider, which Fred Wright would attack from Bahrain Victorious. He would join that rider, but Fred would get caught himself heading up the last time of these 2 final closing circuits, 32 kilometers. But it wasn't Tadej who went out first, it was Jonas Vingegaard. And as Tadej said afterwards in the mix zone when I spoke with him, we saw a different Jonas Vingegaard today. And Jonas, even though he finished second on the day, and we'll get to what happened there in the finish, I can tell you right now, he was satisfied. I could see it in the way he was talking there at the finish line. Remember, he's back after that crash in stage 3 or 4. He abandoned the Pyrenees stage race earlier in March. This is his first race back for the Danish 2-time winner of the Tour de France, leader of Visma Lease Bike, coming in here, launching it. 6.5 kilometers to go right before the climb topped out. Matteo Jorgensen, his teammate, looking so sharp. Right back there marking the moves. Tadej Pogačar right on his wheel in the rainbow jersey. Mathieu van der Poel bridges across. We got Buitrago, and then we see Remco Evenepoel bridging across. Now, we saw some kind of not troubling but concerning signs with Remco, because on that second last climb up the Buffon, well, Remco wasn't quite up there. And then on the last climb with 6.6 kilometers to go, he was not quite there, right at the tip of the action, and he had to bridge himself across when the favorites attacked. But he made it, and he was strong, and he was in that group of 5. And whoa, what a race. They were all working together, these 5 working together towards the finish. Cycling fans rejoiced because we had the top 3 in this race up the road with Mathieu van der Poel holding 5-6 seconds. We thought they would get caught back behind, though. There wasn't great cooperation in the teams. Jonathan Milan, the top sprinter here from Lidl Trek, was already at the back, so we didn't have Lidl Trek drilling it. We saw one of the decathlon riders, we saw one of the Israeli Premier Tech riders at the front, and in fact at the end it was Jake Stewart who won the bunch sprint for 5th because Buitrago was caught up, but those 4 riders, Remco, Jonas, Tadej, and Mathieu van der Poel, were the top 4 on the stage, but just because Stewart was right there, just right on their heels at the finish line. And Mathieu van der Poel attacking with around maybe 600 meters to go. It was a long final stretch of 3 kilometers. Tailwind, it was a powerful, fast finish. Van der Poel tries. It was good of him to do it. Maybe he's still suffering from that wrist injury. He doesn't have quite the power of the kick that you'd expect, because you'd expect out of that group there that Van der Poel pull off the victory, former world champion and all-around champion on every sort of discipline, every sort of terrain, mountain biking, cyclocross, unicycle, you name it. But Van der Poel didn't quite have it. That attack didn't stick. Tadej Pogačar, well, he was strong. He won the stage, but he admitted Jonas was putting them on the ropes out there, and he had to go deep when Jonas attacked, but he was with them. And then in the sprint, Tadej goes, at one point we're seeing on the helicopter shot, we're seeing all 4 of them lined up side by side. Remco's fading a little bit. Van der Poel doesn't have it. Jonas is coming up on Tadej. Tadej wins the sprint, hands up in the air, crosses the line, zip past us. We were standing there on the finish line trying to figure out, okay, who do we chase after when they cross over the line? Okay, it depends upon who has the jersey. Then we see right away, Tadej has the jersey, he has the stage, he's gonna get the yellow jersey, race leader in this 8-day stage race with 7 more days to go. Remco Evenepoel gets the white jersey of best young rider, so we get him back there in the mix zone as well. And Remco and Tadej were saying, well, it's too bad for Mathieu van der Poel to get his chance. It's too bad for the sprinters didn't get their chance, but who cares? We were treated to a great show, a great day of racing out there today. Wow, if this is the way it is, just clear your calendar for July. 3 weeks of racing is going to be great, but right now we're focused on the Critérium du Dauphiné, and we got a few different testing stages before we even get to the mountains. We got a big day of stage 7 in the mountains, another not so big day that closes it out, stage 8. We got the backing it up, we got the time trial stage 4, and we have perhaps the sprint stages before that TT. But one thing for sure is that the world champion, the #1 of cycling, is #1 starting off here in stage 1 in Montluçon, winning the stage, taking off that rainbow jersey, slapping on the yellow jersey of race leader of Critérium du Dauphiné, and we got a great race ahead of us. 7 powerful days coming ahead, and Tadej Pogačar is already showing his legs. He's back after dominating the classics all the way through Liège-Bastogne-Liège, picking up his victory. Remco Evenepoel looks strong after his comeback, after the winter, getting hit there by the postal car, and then showing good form at Brabantse-Pils, showing some doubts in the other races, Liège, Tour of Romandie, and Jonas Vingegaard. I tell you, he was happy on the finish line, and after that crash at Paris-Nice, he's where he needs to be as he builds up towards the Tour de France. This was a good one. Tadej Pogačar, winner, Stage 1, Critérium du Dauphiné 2025.